Imagine waking up one day and learning you must pay to collect rainwater in your own backyard. Sounds like dystopian fiction. It already happened. While governments crumble and public services fail, a single global corporation is rising as the new empire of drinking water. You've probably never heard of them, and that's exactly the plan. Throughout history, wars have been fought over land, oil, gold. But in the 21st century, the next war will be about water. The planet has enough water for everyone, but mismanagement, pollution, and profit-driven systems have turned this basic human right into a high-value asset. As millions suffer from water shortages, private companies are quietly buying the rights to rivers, lakes, aquifers, and entire public water systems. And at the center of it all is one name you've probably never heard. In today's episode, we expose how this French megacorporation has spent decades taking control of the world's water, and why this may be one of the most dangerous invisible threats of our era. Veolia Environment SA is a French multinational founded in 18, originally named Compagnie Générale d'Eau. It began with one goal: controlling Paris' water system. But that was just the beginning. Over 2 centuries, Veolia became a global corporate empire operating in 190 countries, with more than 178,000 employees. Today, Veolia manages or operates water systems in thousands of cities, including New York, Tokyo, London, Homi, São Paulo, Mumbai, Kaido, and many more. The company processes over 110 million cubic meters of water daily. That's the equivalent of what 1.4 billion people drink in 24 hours. And yet, most people on Earth have never heard of the name Veolia. That's not a coincidence. That's intentional strategy. In the 1990s, the IMF and World Bank pushed dozens of developing countries to privatize their public services, including water. The idea was simple: cut government debt and let private corporations bring efficiency. That opened the door for companies like Veolia and its rival, Suez, to expand aggressively across Latin America, Africa, and Asia. They promised modernization, clean water, and fair prices. But what followed was often the opposite. In 1999, Veolia took over the water system of Cochabamba, Bolivia. Within months, water bills soared by up to 300%. Poor families spent over 20% of their income on water. A new law made it illegal to collect rainwater. As it was now the company's property, this sparked the infamous Cochabamba War, massive protests, police violence, and street battles. In 2000, the Bolivian government canceled the contract and expelled the company, but it wasn't over. The company sued Bolivia for $25 million in lost profits, and they got paid. In 2020, water officially became a tradable commodity on Wall Street. Now, investors can bet on the future price of water. Just like oil or wheat, many experts saw this as a dark turning point. The financialization of life itself, and who benefits most from this shift. The companies that already controlled the infrastructure, like Veolia, doesn't just sell water. It sells scarcity, uncertainty, dependence. The more fear there is around water, the more valuable its control becomes. Veolia's greatest power is in its contracts. In many countries, it's water deals. Ban transparency, prevent governments from canceling without massive penalties, allow price hikes without approval. These contracts often last 20 to 40 years, with little oversight. In places like Gabon, Mozambique, and Mexico, corruption scandals have emerged, but the corporations remain protected. By the time people realize their water was privatized, it's already too late. Worse, according to the UN, by 2030, half the world's population will live under water stress. Meanwhile, over 70% of the world's fresh water is concentrated in just 9 countries. This is already sparking tensions between nations. In Africa and the Middle East, rivers are becoming weapons of geopolitical control. In Kenya, 2023 protests erupted over rising water prices. In South Africa, privatized water tankers now replace public services in many rural areas. And yes, Veolia is operating in all these regions, so why isn't this in the headlines? Because Veolia spends millions on PR, lobbying, and green branding. It sponsors UN events, partners with NGOs, and promotes sustainability, while simultaneously hiking prices and pushing poor communities into water debt. This is classic greenwashing, appearing eco-friendly while practicing corporate extraction. The result, a system that looks clean, but runs on exploitation. We are witnessing the rise of a new invisible empire, an empire that doesn't need weapons and only needs your thirst. While people struggle, corporations expand quietly, efficiently, one drop at a time. In the next episode of The Hidden Empire, we'll reveal the hidden financial empire of the Vatican, and why it's one of the world's most powerful real estate and gold holders. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who still believes water belongs to everyone. Because water already has an owner, the planet does too.